what is the process in getting a proper video quality storytelling format out?
That's a good question. I think first of all, it's passion. A person must have passion and a desire and a love for it, because I believe this is art in a way.
I just want to share 3 lessons with you this week, especially when it comes to the fabrics that's currently in stores. Please select the correct size when you buy an outfit. Number 2, make sure that the color complements your skin tone. And number 3, I just want to leave you with this: real style is never right or wrong. It's a matter of being yourself on purpose.
We want to find local designers. We want people who are celebrating authenticity, celebrating local manufacturing. We want to see local voices. I think fashion is a huge indicator of society.
We are on the couch today with our videographer, Clarence Majoko. He is a brilliant talent. We're so glad to have him on the show. And we thought we'd just give you guys a bit of background on how production works and, you know, the challenges that he faces in the video industry, and just how video actually is able to tell a narrative and construct a conversation that, you know, people are very much enjoying. I mean, take the instance, for instance, YouTube. A lot of video is coming on that channel, and we are definitely going to be publishing on there. And we obviously do want some feedback from you guys as to how you're feeling, how the content is going. But we see it on Instagram. I know we love Instagram for its pictures, and we did see a comment from the Kardashians where Kim was talking about she wants to go back to pictures and loving the art of actually taking photography. But we love what video has done for social media, and having guys go out there and create really good footage and editing, and that whole process can look overwhelming. So we are very much giving credence to the industry, giving credence to the talent over here. So Clarence,
Okay.
how are you?
I'm good, thanks, and how are you?
Good. Well, thank you for being on the set today. Let's just start. Where did your love for videography come from?
Okay, first of all, thank you very much for having me in front of the camera and not behind the camera. It's quite nerve-wracking and frightening, but yeah. So my love for the camera started when I was, I think, 7 years old. Yeah, because my mother bought the first TV at home when I was 7, and I fell in love with it. And a few months later, she bought me a camera, a small camera, film camera, and I would just, you know, always use it. We visited Durban at the time, and I took some nice pictures, and I was only 7 years old. Yeah, then I went on to study film, and yeah, so it's been almost all my life.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, as a professional videographer, what would you say is the highlight of your profession?
That's a very good question. So I've been doing film for about 10 years now professionally. I think a highlight, actually people ask me that a lot, but over the years, one thing that I've realized, I love doing adverts.
Okay.
So I've done a lot of adverts for different companies, and just last year I got to work with a company called Limpopo Home Cinema, where we were doing movies. Yeah, that for me was the highlight, and I got to make some adverts here in Cape Town for several companies, and yeah, and also being part of A Lesson Shared. Also, I think it's a highlight for me. Because you know, with each and every episode, it just grows. You know, from one episode to another. There's interesting challenges that, you know, as a team we come across, which the audience might not really see because it's mostly behind the scenes. Yeah, the audience just see the whole setup, design, and the dialogue, but what goes behind. Yeah, I think for me, I think every project that I do is a step ahead of the previous project somehow. Yeah.
That's fantastic. Well, guys, we are gonna cross over to a day in the life footage of how Clarence puts together the episode, the tools he uses, and we will be right back. Would you please like, comment, and subscribe? Let us know how you guys are feeling around the videos, what else you'd want to see, how are you feeling about just everything that we're putting together for you guys. We really want to hear from you, and like, comment, and subscribe down in the description box.
Welcome to Clarence Majoko's editing studio or editing platform. I want to take you guys through the softwares and the hardwares that I use on a day-to-day. As you can see here, I have my complete workstation, and this is where I sit every day to produce a lesson shared and some of my work. This is a very powerful computer that was made by Ryzen, which they produce some of the most powerful gaming computers. And right here, what I like a lot about it is this colors. When you switch out the lights at night, when you're editing or in the dark, it just creates a beautiful, colorful workstation. And here we have an amazing, quick, fast graphics card, which was produced by NVIDIA, and it's quite pricey. So this machine right here, the processor is I'd say it's 3.7 gigahertz. The RAM, I'm running 6 gigabytes RAM. The music, for a video editor, it's very important to have a powerful sound system, you know, where you're able to listen to the different voices. But here I use this sound device by Brits, a sound bar. It's very powerful. With regards to headphones, I use 2 headphones. These are my Bluetooth headphones that were produced by Jepson, and these are produced by a company called, I also can't remember, but they're called Powerworks for some reason, but they're both powerful. The other ones I use them, you know, connect to my phone when I'm walking, you know, when I'm outside, and the other ones I connect when I'm sitting and editing, you know, via the cable. And I use a very simple basic mouse, Logitech. This is very simple. You know, some people prefer to use a gaming mouse, but I just choose to use one that fit on my small hands, in my small hands. With regards to the LCD display, I use an AOC. This is a gaming screen or a gaming monitor by AOC. It is easily adjustable, and what I like, it doesn't hurt your eyes. You know, whether it easily adjusts its brightness according to the light in the room. I don't know how it does that. You know, it just senses and it adjusts so that it doesn't hurt your eyes. Yeah, so this is where I work to produce these episodes. And with regards to softwares, I use a lot of softwares. But one software that I use every day, I never skip a day without using it, is Adobe Premiere, After Effects, and Photoshop, which are the basic softwares that I use every day to produce different contents. And some of the softwares that I use but not often, Blender, Foundry, Nuke. The keyboard, I use a basic keyboard that was made by Gigabyte. It's very simple. It makes a little bit of noise, but I hope to change it sometime because it's quite noisy. I'd like to have a very simple silent keyboard, and this is a lesson shared.
Welcome back, everyone. We are back with a lesson shared, and we're speaking to our very talented videographer, Clarence Majoko. Clarence, can you tell us if a amateur, okay, let me just say those who want to get into videography would just want to know what is the best way to start the process? What is your process? How do you start laying out the story? And I'm sure it doesn't matter how long, how short it is. The process must stay the same. So what is the process in getting a proper video quality storytelling format out?
That's a good question. I think first of all, it's passion. A person must have passion and a desire and a love for it, because I believe this is art in a way. It's art. So one thing that I also noticed with us for a lesson shared, we normally do, you know, pre-production meetings that we normally meet and discuss. So that normally gives me a general idea of how the whole content will look like. And normally when we when we sit down and shoot, it gives me an idea of where to position my cameras, so, and when I'm filming, I already have an idea of how it will look like when I sit down and edit. You understand? So myself, I'm very much familiar with a lot of Adobe programs, Adobe Premiere, After Effects, which I highly recommend many people should familiarize themselves with.
Right.
And in a country, we don't really have a lot of people skilled in After Effects.
Yes.
In America, we have a lot of companies. There's a lot of companies there that do, a lot of visual effects and stuff. We don't have a lot in the country. But yeah, you have to have passion. And with us, people may think that our team is massive because of the good content that we produce.
Yeah.
But with us, we pay attention to detail. Like the set design. We
Getting the right shots.
Getting the right shots. So for me, like getting a very good shot, position. And you noticed, I normally spend so much time trying to make sure that the angle is good.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm
really, just like press the button, press the play button, press the play button. Yeah, I understand what you mean. But okay, so I do feel like as well, like there's a lot of, Adobe as a hub can be quite expensive, and I've seen there's a lot of tools out there that you guys can use.
Yeah, there's
to
a lot.
Try and get in, and just the pre-planning we go into. What is the shot? What is the story?
Yep.
That I think is also a very important skill. And me having worked in the advertising industry, obviously, as always probably in the front, it's always nice knowing that somebody has actually can visualize the scenes, and when it comes together, it's like I didn't even know that that's the position that we come up with, and then when I see it on the video, I'm like, oh my God, Clarence, you're amazing. So
we live at a time where technology has come up with a lot of improvements, because someone can literally film something on their phone and edit it on their phone. That's amazing. Because you may find that people aren't privileged enough to have a faster computer or a laptop, so to be able to film. And I remember that even here in Cape Town, there's like film festivals, mobile film festivals, where you shoot something on your phone, edit it on your phone, then you send it.
Out.
It's crazy. So I find this really good. So you can there's like a lot of cameras, like your Canon, your Sony. I use both Canon and Sony, but you don't really need to. You can shoot iPhones currently shoot really good videos. You understand? And I've shot good content. I've shot really good content on a cell phone. And people never could tell that I shot it on a phone. They thought I used a camera. You understand? So
I think that's why I love your skill so much, is your ability to put footage together, to tell a story behind the story itself. So obviously we could be sitting on a couch and having this narrative, but your positioning of the cameras, your positioning, the lighting, the kind of composition that you're putting together. I'm always so surprised at how you got that. I'm like, Clarence, it's like, it's natural.
It's passion.
But I'm assuming that took time.
It took time.
Yes, like you're saying, from the age of 7. And I think it literally is in the doing. It's like do it and work, and then you'll find your own voice, you'll find your own format. Then why do we have so few creatives in South Africa? Like, I go to the movies. I go to the movies, guys, a lot with my boyfriend.
You only find one South African movie.
Not even one.
Sometimes it's none.
We don't have any. I just want to know why it's so difficult. Is it difficult to get into this industry and make commercial value out of it? And like, how do you find the industry is going at the moment?
To be honest with you, I wish I don't know whether the Department of Arts and Culture in the country, I think they need to have a sit down, maybe on a round table or something with different creatives in the country, to sit down and try to talk about this. Because
the challenges.
There's too many challenges. I was at the cinema, I think 2 weeks back, and you're right. I only saw one South African movie, the Mr. Bones 3. That was the only movie that I saw. You understand? Where are like the other movies? One thing that not many people know is that Joburg is more of TV industry. It's more TV. And Cape Town is more film. not many
We
people
do see
know.
that. It's a Saturday
Yeah.
morning. There's film
Yeah,
everywhere.
they're literally shooting a movie everywhere.
Everywhere,
You understand?
yes.
International
Yeah.
film. I remember I was at Harrington Street a few years back, and they were shooting an advert from. There was a company from Germany shooting an advert there.
Okay.
So another thing that I also noticed, Cape Town is heavy on adverts.
Okay.
Yeah, adverts, film, Cape Town.
Yeah.
You know, Joburg, which is not what people don't really know this. Yeah, but something that I also wish our industry, the South African film industry, could try to improve is, you know, we have cinemas in the country, but are not really accommodating to independent filmmakers.
Oh.
Like myself, it's not really easy for me to make a movie and take it to cinema.
Yes.
It's expensive.
It's expensive.
Right?
Yeah.
You need to convince the distributors so much that, you know, your movie is good, you know, it will make a good return.
Yeah.
But we need, you know, we need local theaters where,
Yes.
where, you know, not really like your high end, but we need local theaters where even,
can choose
yeah,
to go
you know,
listen to
you know, even beginner filmmakers or, you know, or low budget filmmakers can be able to go show their films
Yeah.
there, you know. So there's a lot of filmmakers out there. Normally when I even go on LinkedIn, I see a lot of filmmakers, but they don't have the platforms to go show their films.
Well, let's take. I'll take Nollywood.
Mm-hmm.
Nollywood pushes out content. There's high quality
Thousands,
content,
yeah.
low
Low quality,
quality
yeah. Mm-hmm.
content, mid quality, crazy stories come out. So, but there's a lot of proliferation of that specific content, and
Yeah.
I think the drive is there. I think there's I don't even know if it's a government incentive, because I think the people for themselves have decided we're gonna tell our stories our way.
yeah, yeah.
It's sometimes it's laughing, sometimes it's serious, sometimes it has serious community implications, sometimes it's very affluent. I think they really try to broaden their scope as much
Yeah.
as they can. And then you think about Nollywood. I mean, what's the Indian community? Bollywood.
Bollywood, yeah. yeah.
Bollywood as well. They push out a lot of content
Yep,
going out.
and
But
thousands.
Africans,
Especially
Especially
South
South
Africa.
Africa.
We're struggling in film. Eh?
is it because of our diversity? Is that there's just so many pockets of culture that nobody think, well, we're gonna have a bigger voice than this. It actually should not be a competition. It should just be like, let's excel on that program and just tell the stories from so many different aspects.
Well, I think
Yeah.
we need to find what works for us.
True.
In this regard, that you remember back in the days, mid, I don't know, 2010s, 2005, around that era,
Yeah.
wherever you go, you would find like Nollywood movies being sold on
On the
DVDs
street.
on
For
the street.
sure. The
right?
distribution was just
Yeah,
everywhere.
that worked for them.
Yes.
It worked.
And it introduced South Africans to their
Their
culture.
content, right?
Yeah.
And they never, at that time, they never took their stuff to cinema.
No.
It worked for them.
Yes.
You understand? It was, you know, back home we had a lot of, and they were selling them at a very affordable price,
Yeah.
right? But they were making money.
Yeah.
You understand? So I think with us,
And the
as
return sort of is coming through later, like
Yeah.
years later. But
yeah,
okay.
they were making good. People thought they were not making good money, but they were making good money.
Yes.
Like a lot of Nigerian actors are big actors right now, and that's where they started.
Yes.
They found out what works for them.
them.
So I think even with it's like advertising, right?
Yeah.
With advertising, actually, filmmakers are very close to advertising, which I'll get to that right now. We need to find what works. If you need to understand your target audience.
Yeah.
If your target audience, you can't want to sell a cold drink and then you need to understand, does your target audience read newspapers?
Yes.
You understand? If they don't, why do you want to advertise a cold drink on newspapers?
Yes.
You understand? Then
Yes.
if your target audience doesn't read newspapers,
Yeah.
then you need to find another platform to advertise on.
Sure.
Right? So even with film, it's like that.
Okay.
You need to understand that if I'm gonna make a movie right now and I'm gonna sell it, my target audience is in, which is something that our country is struggling on right now. If my target audience is people in Guguletu,
Right.
do they have access to Netflix?
No.
You understand? Do they have
Well,
access to
some.
YouTube? Yeah,
Yeah.
some do.
Yeah.
But you need to understand that
What is the populace?
Yeah,
How do they
yeah.
obtain information?
You
and
know,
how do they get access
how do
to
they get
entertainment?
access to there?
Yeah.
We need to understand that You know, in other countries right now, when you go to the States, a lot of filmmakers are putting their stuff on YouTube.
Yes.
Because it works for them.
It does.
And they're making a lot of money there on
Yeah,
YouTube.
yeah.
But in our country, there isn't really a lot of, you know, filmmakers who are making good money out of YouTube because, you know, so here's what has been happening over the years, right?
Yeah.
We have been trying to make content for TV. Everyone runs to TV.
Yes.
And then they realize, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Then they try to run to DVD, and then they be like, it also doesn't work. You understand? DVD.
I remember those eras.
Yeah, it was crazy. And then right now, everyone is running to Netflix.
Yes.
Then we also need to understand, does it work for that target audience? If you're gonna make a movie about, you know, a story that people in Khayelitsha will relate to,
Yeah.
and then you put it on Netflix.
Yes.
You know, are they watching Netflix?
Yes.
You know, so there's a lot of studies that you need to, you know, analyze when you produce content.
That's great. That's
Yeah.
I love that perspective because I think what kills me a lot being a digital marketer is you may find that you get a client who has put in so much budget in
Yep.
the production. It's like the best cameras, the best cameraman, the best storytellers, but they suffer on distribution.
Yeah,
Because
that's a
they
very good
have
point.
not figured out how am I gonna get this product to my consumers?
my
How does that
consumers, yeah.
get done? I mean, even our challenge for a lesson shared is how do we make sure that you guys are able to see the content, able to see what goes behind the scenes? Because we realize that as much as we are creating a beautiful product,
Yeah.
if nobody gets to see it, the challenge is why are you doing it anyway? So the investment becomes a little bit unsustainable because you've pumped so much into the production value of it. Nobody has said, well, this is how we're going to do it. We're going to put it through Facebook videos. We're going to put it on YouTube. We're going to own our own distribution, create our own websites, our own holding. So I think it is quite a big discussion.
Yeah,
I
it is
also
a massive
think
discussion. Yeah.
back in the day, the industry did rely a lot on channels like the SABC
Yeah.
to get
get content, yeah.
out. And they were commissioning a lot of this content.
Yeah.
Now you've got the big publishers of the world. Everybody's trying to get into content.
Yeah.
How would you go pitch? How do you think a pitch should be running when you've got a story that you feel like you want to put on distribution?
Yeah, that's a very good question. You know, I wish our country would really have talks to to open up, you know, our industry. Our industry need a lot of opening up in this regard. If I'm gonna give a filmmaker 1 million, which is what Hollywood has mastered over the years. They've mastered distribution and promotions a lot.
Yeah.
So if I'm gonna give a production company 1 million, right?
Okay.
In Hollywood, they given 1 million, they spend a huge chunk of that 1 million on making sure that it's well distributed and marketed.
Yes.
Right, meaning they will spend close to 80% of that budget on that. Then 20% is spent on pre-production and production.
Yes.
Not many people are aware of this.
Yeah.
When in Hollywood right now, when they release a movie,
Yeah.
this is crazy. So when you go to Canal Walk, billboards everywhere.
Yeah.
You see a poster. When you go to Joburg, on a freeway, billboards. A movie that was made in the States.
Yeah.
Right? But when we make a movie, you don't see a billboard
We
anywhere.
don't say billboard anywhere.
No way, you don't see a billboard anywhere.
It's
You
almost
understand?
like an afterthought, and it's like,
You
no,
know,
that
like-
should have been the session to begin with. Yeah,
You see,
yeah,
that
yeah.
is the first thing that they should consider.
Yeah.
Promotions, distribution, and marketing.
Yeah.
You understand? So we don't really pay attention to that. There were movies that came out this year, last year in the country. No one knows about them. You know, when you open YouTube right now, the first thing that pops up is an ad. And you see a trailer for a movie that was released in Hollywood. You understand? So in our country right now, there's a movie right now, but I don't see ads anywhere.
Yeah.
So I think we need to host workshops, you know, where we take people through this 3 stages of film. You know, we need to educate people of pre-production. People are always in a rush, you know. people don't know how much we sit down for a lesson shared
plan.
to plan.
Yeah.
You know, even this episode, I think we spent 2 weeks
Yeah,
just to plan
planning.
this
Yeah.
episode. People
Yeah.
don't know. We normally, we had a voice, a video meeting where
Yeah.
we were planning. But people are always in a rush, like, okay, I want to get this done. No,
Yeah.
you have to spend a long time planning, right? And make sure that the planning is good. Do workshops, do research, which we always in a rush,
Yeah.
like with our content. And then the filming part, which is production,
Yeah.
it's not long
Yeah.
if you're
Once you know
prepared
the
well.
plan, yes.
You have a plan.
Yeah.
And this planning and pre-production, it's basically for you to go out, understand your audience, what they want. This content that you want to show them, how will they receive it? You understand? Research the facts around what you want to share. You understand? So that when you actually distribute it to them, they will receive it. Yeah. So I think we need to invest a lot in pre-production.
Yeah.
Yeah. And in pre-production, you also get, that's where you try to secure funding, because you go pitch to different companies saying, guys, this is what I want to do. Even before you start shooting it,
You might, yeah.
you
plan.
yeah, you
helps you
write it down.
communicate it, yeah.
Then try to see how other people see your stuff.
Yeah. Get some
You
feedback.
get feedback
Yes.
from different groups of people.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Thank you. I think I am so mesmerized by the
Mm.
industry as well. When I see good footage, even on TikToks, on YouTube, the youngsters are so more experimental around this.
Mm. Yeah.
But I think that's where you're saying is like, how do you commercialize that specific aspect to make sure that you are able to feed yourself
Yeah.
of this passion? Because guys, if it's a hobby, you don't eat from a hobby alone.
Yeah.
If you want to make yourself a proper professional,
Yeah.
you have to plan, you have
Yep,
to be
a
able
lot
to
of
get
planning.
feedback, and then go into shooting.
Yeah.
And yeah, there's a lot of success in trials.
Yeah.
And get your distribution right, your consumer first. How does your consumer access that first piece of content is one of the most critical conversations we're having. But thank you so much, Clarence, for
Thank you
coming
too.
through. I think everybody's going to be excited to see your progress as we go. But yeah, we're excited to have you on the team. I think
I'm
we're
happy.
super grateful.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you
All
very much.
right.
Good afternoon. Welcome back to A Lesson Shared. Today we are talking about color trends and fabrics for summer 2022 and 23. What I found on Pinterest is there's a lot of interesting colors coming through, like cerise, baby pink, and yellows, lime green, emerald green. So it's more the neon colors and the pastel colors. And what is happening in Milan and in Paris at the moment is they are mixing pastels with neons, which is so amazing. I find that there is no limits, which you guys know I'm all about color, and I'm all about putting color together and having, like today, I've got a neon color green dress with blue shoes and silver earrings, which my neon color is actually my basics, and I dressed it up with 2 different colors, which is so amazing, which I'm teaching you guys not to limit yourself, but to think outside the box. Also, I would like to share that the fabrics currently overseas are satin, very soft chiffons, and everything is just flowing, which is so amazing, which will make us women more elegant, more classy, and more comfortable, which is fabrics that everybody can wear. Please share with me what you think about the following color trends and fabrics. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, just share some information with me. What do you think about the new color trends? And what do you think about the fabrics? That will be amazing. So this week I decided to go to the mall just to check out what's happening for summer and just to buy some basic things that I need. And I was so bored going into stores and I couldn't see anything that's interesting. And then I went into Zara and oh my word, was there not color. And there was so much to play with. There was neon colors, there was feathers, there was reds, there was pinks. and all these beautiful pastels and color on color and print on print, which was amazing, because that is something I always wanted to see in South Africa. And sadly to say that Zara is bringing this in and not our local designers, which I would have loved to see that. And then I just want to share 3 lessons with you this week, especially when it comes to the fabrics that's currently in stores. Please select the correct size when you buy an outfit. Number 2, make sure that the color complements your skin tone. And number 3, I just want to leave you with this. Real style is never right or wrong. It's a matter of being yourself on purpose. So let me know what you guys think of the stores and what you think about color, and just share some information, what you think about color, fabrics, and what's happening. Please like, share, and subscribe. I would really like to know you and get to know more about our clients and our customer out there.
Hi guys, we are mid-season, a lesson shared. We're having so much fun. We're really having so much fun, and we just want to hear from you guys, obviously, how you're feeling around the show. Episode 1 to 3, have you caught up on all the episodes? If not, have a look at the description box. Go on our Instagram. We've got some great content for you. We're just doing a lot. We're trying to put up as much content as we can. I just have to tell you, like, this process has been one of the most exhilarating, the most scary. Just trying to be a professional that's on the move, that is contributing towards a community, contributing towards a level of professionalism. And just to have the team that I've got on board, Shamima, Clarence, Adele, Carmen, everybody's just putting together such great feedback and just coming up with ideas and storylines and just having a great video piece. Just join us on socials, connect with us on YouTube, connect with us on websites, give us a call if you feel like I've got a brand and I want it to be exploited on a format that looks like this. I want to talk to ladies, I want to talk to a videographer, I want to talk on social media. Connect with us, we'll come up with ideas, come up with a good storyline, and see what it is that we can reproduce for you, because we want this to be a very collaborative environment for us. So we're always trying to get it to the next layer, the next tier. So it is you being in those description boxes, it is you in the comment section. Just you being there is actually what we're looking for, because I think that from the feedback we get, and if we are crazy, if there's nothing here, don't say that. No, don't say that. No, don't say that. Say we're doing well. Congratulations, South Africa loves you for this contribution. The world is waiting for content like this. That's what I want to hear from you. So we're super excited about that. The other thing I wanted to sort of mention is we want to find local designers. We want to find local designers. We want people who are celebrating authenticity, celebrating local manufacturing. We want to see local voices. I think fashion is a huge indicator of society. How you guys interpret that visual language is super important, and it's super something that needs to be shared. And I want to be able to say I work with teams that have got a voice and something unique and something great to say. And I think having somebody like Adele on the team to sort of help us identify these trends, identify where the movement is going, gives us an indication of, okay, this is where we could possibly go with it. But if somebody is thinking outside of the box and saying, hey, I've got something different to show, let's do that. Let's show it off and let's work together, or let's amplify your message and form a collaborative partnership. Being on digital, one of the most important things is to be collaborative. If you work in silo, and I think this is very important even for brands, if you work in silo, your message tends to get too advertorial, adverty, very one-way communication. But if you work with influencers, you work with other collaborators, work with other brands. If you're in the milk category, work with the cereals, okay? Or maybe even be more disruptive, work with, you know, a champagne glass and see how milk can work in a champagne glass. There's just very different ways you could tell a story, lend a message out. So be as collaborative as possible, and I think that's what we want to celebrate as well. So a lesson shared, come through, engage with us. We're on the socials, we're on connecting on emails, connecting on the phones. We're in Cape Town, our beautiful studio here. Yeah, I'm excited. So mid-season, we're going into season 2 soon, but in the meantime, we've got 2 more episodes to shoot. We've got episode 5 and episode 6. Episode 5 is going to be amazing. We've got a great concept called Suits in a Club. So we're going to be sharing some statement suits, some very basic suits as well, but seeing how we can bring the personalities of that alive. We're also going to be working with an alcohol brand, not sponsored, but we're going to try and see if we can't build a story around suits, brands, cocktails, something just to let us into spring quite nicely. So yes, like, comment, subscribe. We love you guys. Thank you. So honored to be in front of you today, and yes, loving you, and hopefully you love our content. All right, guys. See you. Connect. Bye.
Thank you.